Welcome back, Patreon family. Thank you so much for the support. It really is very much appreciated. As a way of engaging on a deeper level with the Flare community supporters, in this series, I'm asking you to define the topics I discuss each week. Comment below with anything you like. It could be Flare or Songbird related protocols, a specific NFT project or decentralized application, DeFi strategy, whatever it may be, let me know down below. This series will launch exclusively for Patreon members and made public 1 week after the initial release for everyone else. If you're yet to join the Patreon family and want to take your support to the next level, feel free to check the link below for all the amazing benefits you can receive as a member. So with that being said, let's jump into today's topic. So today's video topic comes from a Flare community moderator and all-around legend professor who commented on the Patreon post earlier last week, and he asked, how do you balance where your Songbird goes? There's so many options between delegating, staking, and purchasing NFTs. It's a really great question, and in this video, I'm going to explain how my portfolio is broken down and how I personally allocate the SGB that I have. The way I see it, the Songbird network is a very powerful passive income generator if used correctly. As many of you know, there are a few options when it comes to utilizing SGB, the native asset of the Songbird network. First and foremost, you can delegate SGB. You can use it within a selection of DeFi or decentralized finance applications, and as Professor mentions, you can even invest it in various NFT projects. Most important thing for me was to focus on getting my numbers up and restricting how much SGB left my wallet. So let's start there. I was initially airdropped SGB as part of the XRP snapshot for holders back in 2020, and I was honored to receive an additional asset to the Flare I was initially expecting. Since then, I have sold some SGB, and I've also bought some SGB. Over the past couple of months, I was accumulating and have recently switched up my strategy, having reached an amount I am happy with. The majority of my assets on the Songbird network are in the form of SGB, currently sitting in wallets, wrapped and delegated. Now, I actually have a number of different wallets, which gives me the freedom to delegate to more than 2 signal providers, which is the limit per wallet. I dedicate one wallet to delegating to the most accurate signal providers to achieve high SGB returns from the delegation rewards. I use another wallet to actually delegate and accumulate project-specific assets, which are given as an additional incentive to the standard SGB. Finally, I have a third wallet used to participate in DeFi applications such as FLR Finance, Oracle Swap, and Pangolin. My strategy is actually very simple. Increase the amount of SGB I hold over time, at a minimum in line with the SGB inflation, which is currently set at 10%. So as long as I'm on that track, I'm very happy and I have excess SGB to do whatever I like with. The excess SGB accumulated is where things get really interesting, and I have a sense of freedom regarding my investment choices. For example, I can accumulate other Songbird assets, I can accumulate other assets outside of the Songbird ecosystem, I can exchange for a stablecoin, or invest in various NFT projects. So let's switch gears and start with DeFi and more specifically FLR Finance. So I'm currently earning SFIN, which is the primary governance token of their suite of products, and this is from participating in various farms and providing liquidity to Flare X, which is FLR Finance's decentralized exchange. After realizing the rewards, I currently exchange about 50% of the claimed SFIN into XFi, and XFi is the secondary governance token. And this is in preparation for the future snapshot, which will allow me to receive the equivalent token on the Flare network. I use 25% of the SFIN to just keep in SFIN, which is actually added to the SFIN pool to compound rewards. And finally, I exchange the remaining 25% of the claimed SFIN to SGB to give me the flexibility to do whatever I please with. Regarding Oracle Swap and Pangolin, I have entered a number of different pools on each of these applications and generally do something similar, splitting half what is being claimed with the reward token and selling the remainder for SGB. So now I want to talk a little bit about NFT projects because it's a great way to make some additional SGB if you're smart about it. I've personally had great success with many NFT projects in the past, and most notably it would be Fat Cats, S-Toads, and artwork created by community legend Johnny Lawrence, all of which have achieved multiples more than their initial mint price. That being said, I'm very particular with the projects I invest in, and having some form of utility is almost a must for me. My general workflow would be to research the project prior to it going live, and if promising, I would use the excess SGB received from delegations or from DeFi to make a purchase as early as possible. I have a certain criteria I deem mandatory before investing in a project, from the amount, the price, the team, the history, all of that good stuff. But please note that I do have some exceptions to this rule to support my friends, to raise money for charity, or a particularly aesthetic looking NFT which may catch my eye. If my criteria is met, I buy, and as I said, preferably during the initial mint. So I actually did this with Fat Cats, and I actually bought a good amount. After the price increased, I chose to sell a small percentage of the NFTs to recuperate my initial investment and then some, and now I have Fat Cats NFTs and the subsequent airdrops and my initial starting capital. I repeated this process with S-Toads, buying on mint day and selling a portion at a later date to recoup my initial investment. Now, I just want to take a moment to highlight the importance of recuperating your expenses if the opportunity arises. You shouldn't feel bad because you are not unfaithful to a particular project for this reason. It's simply a way to mitigate the risk. So this is the foundation of what I do with my Songbird, my SGB. But as many of you know, I also host many giveaways, and I actually have to give away SGB for projects such as the Fleur Community Poker Club, which requires weekly prizes of up to 25,000 Songbird. And as a result, I keep a portion of the SGB received from delegation rewards in reserve for this very reason. In terms of ratios, it's really hard to say as I hold many NFTs and valuing my collection is a really tough task. As an estimate, I imagine I have 50% of my SGB delegated, maybe 20% in various other assets on the Songbird network, maybe 15% in NFTs, and 15% in DeFi. Now, please note that this is just my SGB portfolio. My investment portfolio is actually very diverse, not just in crypto, but also in different markets and investment vehicles too. So to wrap things up, this is in response to a question received from a valued Patreon member. This is what I personally do and is no way intended to be financial advice. So that marks the end of today's ramble. Thank you so much for listening, and if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to give it a like. Don't forget to drop your suggestions in the comment below for the next topic to be discussed on the Patreon Appreciation Podcast. Thank you all for watching, enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, I'm out.
Mission Control, we have liftoff.